And I'm back. Oh, Psycho Metal, welcome to the stream. Been a while, but I had to babysit for a bit, so sorry about that. But there have been some other things I've been working on as well, and some things I want to talk about in this stream in regards to my plans for content. But yeah, without further ado, let's get back to this challenge run. And I have been practicing off stream, so hopefully I'll be able to complete this mission before the stream ends, which I should. I've been getting a little more consistent with it. Yeah.
The definition of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. The first time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were bullshitting me, so boom, I shut up. The thing is,
I'm hearing gunfire down there, Fisher. Everything all right?
It's coming from up ahead, but Lambert. When I think gorilla, I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
All right. See if there's anything unusual going on with their equipment, and keep us posted.
So I've been trying to add
I think
more
you're right about the equipment.
assets onto the stream layout. You just saw one of the new ones.
The SSCC code is lot 1 of 5. See if you can find the other 4.
I'll do my best.
Just want to spice up the stream in ways I haven't done before. Hopefully this won't take too long. Okay, cool. Well, no. He's gonna move forward. Alright, he's a little... wishy-washy about where he wants to go. And now he's finally moving forward. Okay. So I did a test stream on YouTube, and for the most part I am very pleased with the fact that YouTube archives my streams at the frame rate, 60 FPS frame rate, 1080p resolution. So for the most part I can stream on YouTube without having to record my streams at the same time, and thus have to lower the frame rate and resolution.
¿No crees que ya es suficiente?
Será suficiente cuando deje de hablar.
Santo cielo, pero si hace más de una hora que no puedo...
So what I plan on doing with the YouTube streams is either do drawing streams again, which is what I did for the test stream, or
Sí, está fingiendo.
do specific gaming content where I play certain games that just go on forever. Games like Don't Starve Together, Vanilla Don't Starve, Minecraft. A lot of survival crafting games are like this. I mean, are good for that just because they don't have an end game, or they don't have an end in general. You just play those games as long as I want. So I wouldn't mind streaming that on my YouTube channel. But as far as games that have a story and thus a actual playthrough like this one. I think I'll continue streaming these on Twitch. I'll continue streaming the challenge run for this game on Twitch, but any future challenge playthroughs I do for any other games, or even this one, I might just start doing them on YouTube as well. It just saved me so much time because I could be...
It doesn't sound too good down there, Fisher.
The sound isn't the problem. You should smell it.
You're sure he's dead?
working on other projects
All right.
instead of
Leave the
having to
body.
wait
We
for
still need to recover any traces of the interrogation. Grim will call you back.
Sam, it's Grim. We need to
the
make sure that
recording of the
whatever
VOD
Morgan might
to
have told
upload onto my
him
YouTube
about
channel.
massive algorithms never leaves this site.
Okay,
I detected a wireless link coming from the technician who left the room before you entered.
so I'll need to recover any data he might have uploaded to their servers.
Exactly.
From the looks of it, these guerrillas have a pretty temporary setup. Seems unlikely they have any kind of alarm system on location.
Good.
Also, I might have to change some of the rules for future missions in this challenge playthrough. Well, mainly the OCP one. Because simply put, the cargo mission, based on what I've seen from other players on YouTube who have tried this challenge run as well, they too encountered the same problems I did with cargo ship and had the same solutions for the most part. All of them revolving around actually taking down the NPCs, my bad.
That's 4 of the 5 crates, Sam.
Or using
Your eyes
OCP
peeled for the last one.
to allow them to get past certain areas.
¿Podrás mantener la guardia con 4 hombres menos?
No se nos colará nadie, señor.
So I'll explain that later.
I think
I get
that's
to
what
cargo
runs it,
ship.
Fisher.
Yeah, seems like Lacerda's long gone.
We'll see if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him.
Okay, I messed that up.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is...
So what I've found out, the trick to completing that section there is to move silently for like 1 or 2 steps, then immediately stand up, walk the rest of the way there, not run, just walk,
I'm hearing gunfire down there, Fisher.
and then immediately crouch again once I get into the
Coming
dark
from up ahead.
at the end of the corridor.
Lambert. And I think Gorilla. I think Kalashnikov.
It's still tricky to do.
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
All right. See if there's anything unusual going on with their equipment, and keep us posted. I think you're right about the equipment, Sam.
Yeah, they got themselves a little stockpile
Nice.
of high-tech kit here.
The SSCC
Come on,
code
turn
is
around,
lot
turn
1
around.
of 5. See if you can find the other 4.
I'll do my best.
Come on, turn around. Please turn around right now. Thank you. So for the drawing streams themselves, the only reason why I'm interested in doing them again, despite me not liking drawing or doing any artistic work, is just
¿Crees que ya
because
es suficiente?
Será suficiente cuando deje de hablar.
I've been kind of wanting to do fan art
Que no puede hablar.
of some other content creators for a while, and some other characters and people.
Jesús.
Sí, está fingiendo.
¿Fingiendo?
Now the tricky thing about that is,
Cerebro.
Basta, dale más corriente, Saúl.
Ya está al máximo.
if I keep the
¿Qué?
¿Quieres que traiga otra batería?
fan art safe for work and
Qué
wholesome,
gracioso el tío.
I don't think anybody's going to complain about that.
Espera un
But even then, though,
Está...
Le sale humo de
I
las
still think it's
orejas.
going to be a good idea to ask for permission to use the likeness of other
Me voy a dar un paseo.
VTuber models, people's likeness, etc. So I don't want to make any announcements on what I'm going to do or not do as far as that goes. Until I get permission, of course. Now, if they don't respond to my DMs or something like that about asking them if I can make fan art of them and such, then I might just do it anyways. Because they might just look at the question and just go think to themselves, don't really care either way. But we'll see. I might change my mind.
Stinks.
It doesn't sound too good down there, Fisher.
The sound isn't the problem. You should smell it.
You're sure he's dead?
Deader than Elvis.
All right. Leave the body. We still need to recover any traces of the interrogation. Grim will call you back.
Sam, it's Grim. We need to make sure that whatever Morgenhold might have told them about Mass's algorithms never leaves this site.
Okay,
I detected a wireless link coming from the technician who left the room before you entered.
so I'll need to recover any data he might have uploaded to their servers.
Exactly.
From the looks of it, these guerrillas have a pretty temporary setup. Seems unlikely they have any kind of alarm system on location.
Good.
Let me just wait for this guy. I don't know how far he's gonna move. Alright, we're good.
Ahora ya se puede bajar.
Pues entonces baja.
Es tu turno. Te toca a ti hacer la patrulla.
No es cuestión de turno, sino de antigüedad.
As far as posting the actual fan art goes, I'm pretty much thinking about just not posting any of it, either on Twitter or DeviantArt.
That's 4 of the 5 crates, Sam. Keep your eyes peeled for the last one.
Mostly because I don't think I care enough to
¿Podrás mantener
deal
la
with
con 4 hombres menos?
No se nos colará nadie, señor.
trying to archive that work, and
I think that
top of that,
confirms it, Fisher.
Yeah, seems like Lacerda's long gone.
We'll see if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him.
I nearly
for now.
had it that time.
The definition of insanity is doing the exact
But that's basically how you do it consistently. It's just
over again.
take a step or two, crouch walking
That is
silently, stand up, move a little bit faster, and then once you get towards the end of the tunnel, you just crouch again.
Everything all right?
It's coming from up ahead, but Lambert. And I think Gorilla. I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
All right. See if there's anything unusual going on with their equipment. And keep us posted.
But I think I'm just gonna take the approach that the modernists
I think you're right about the
did
equipment,
back
Sam.
in the
Yeah.
18th century
Have
or
themselves a
19th century,
stockpile of high-tech kit here.
which is
The
to
SSCC code is lot 1 of 5. See if you can find the other 4.
go off the process of making art. In this case, record myself or stream myself drawing or animating, and then just show that off rather than put the focus on the actual end product itself. Because let's be honest, with the way AI art generation works now, I don't think it's gonna matter anymore whether or not people actually make something.
¿No crees que ya es suficiente?
I think the process of art making is gonna be much more valuable.
Santo cielo, pero si hace más de una hora que no puede hablar.
Y si está fingiendo...
To further explain what I'm talking about, I'm gonna move the mic. Goes from my face.
Jesús.
Okay.
Sí, está fingiendo.
Fingiendo
So a little art history, right?
no carbonizada. Y el cerebro.
When the invention of the camera
Saúl. Ya está al máximo.
was
¿Qué?
made
¿Quieres que traiga otra batería?
around the end of the 1700s, early 1800s,
¿Otra batería?
it pretty much caused a lot of artists, especially figure artists and landscape artists,
Creo que está muerto.
Solo hay una forma de
sorry,
estar seguros.
figure painters and landscape painters
Voy a dar un paseo.
to basically not have a job anymore. Because the camera can essentially capture the image of a landscape or a person way much more faster, cleaner, all that. At the time, though, in its earliest iterations, there wasn't any color, but, you know, of course, eventually that got worked on as well. So what did a lot of painters do? Well, they realized that it's pointless to try to do something that a camera can do, right? So instead, they decided to experiment with what they can do with paint, charcoal, pencil, ink, and try to communicate
Doesn't
ideas
sound too good down there, Fisher.
The sound isn't the
through
problem.
abstract means or abstract images.
Sure he's dead.
Deader than Elvis.
All right. Leave the body. We still need to recover any traces of the interrogation. Grim, we'll call you back.
Sam, it's Grim. We need to make sure that whatever Morgenhold might have told them about Mass's algorithms never leaves this site.
Okay,
I detected a wireless link coming from the technician who left the room before you entered.
so I'll need to recover any data he might have uploaded to their servers.
Exactly.
From the looks of it, these gorillas have a pretty temporary setup. Seems unlikely they have any kind of alarm system on location.
Good.
Right, so if you're wondering why a lot of artwork made in the 1800s and 1900s looks the way it does, well, I should say the late 1800s, and up until I think the late 1900s. If you're wondering why the artwork looks the way it does, it's just because of that alone. Pretty much, if you know what the word avant-garde means, you pretty much know what I'm
That's 4
talking
of
about.
5 crates, Sam. Keep your eyes peeled for the last one.
Sí, estará fuera un tiempo.
Anyways,
¿Cuántos hombres iban?
La cerda se ha llevado a 4 más.
not only
¿Podrás mantener
was
la guardia
the
con 4 hombres menos?
No se nos colará nadie, señor.
works themselves, the abstract
I think
works,
that confirms it, Fisher.
Yeah, seems
much
like
more
the server's
valuable
long gone.
than just,
We'll see if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him for now. We'll keep you posted.
I think I did it. Yeah, I did it, because, listen.
Qué pena que esté nublado. ¿Por qué? Piensan que a esta
Yeah, I saw I did it. I did it right this time. Now this is kind of tricky because you basically have to activate the laptop there as quickly as possible. So this is
That
how.
server is the one that the tech transferred the interrogation record to.
Yeah, to-
You'll need to access.
Yeah. So that's what happens if you're too late. Ugh. So you have to actually get up close to the laptop in order to complete this objective. The problem is that guy, even though he's looking out the window, he's also looking in the direction of that laptop that I just made Sam interact with. And that laptop, of course, has a very bright light bulb above it. There's no way to turn the guy around. There's no way to wait for him to leave the room. There's nothing I can do besides just hope that I'm able to activate the laptop without him seeing me, right? And unfortunately, it does just come down to chance. So I just got a bad roll that time. So just start again. But yeah, I've pretty much just shown that it is possible to sneak inside that room without getting caught by either the two guys outside of the corridor or the guy that's already inside the room.
That is crazy. The first time somebody.
But yeah, once you get past that part, the other half of the mission is really
Gunfire
easy.
down there, Fisher. Everything all right?
It's coming from up ahead, but Lambert. And I think Gorilla. I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired up
So
in
yeah,
my time
abstract
to tell you that
paintings
wasn't
and
one.
works
All right.
were a lot more valuable as a result of the invention of the camera.
Keep us posted.
And for the most part, people enjoy that kind of work. Now,
I think
there's
you're right
another
about the equipment, Sam.
reason
Yeah.
why,
They got themselves a little stockpile.
There's
of
another-
high-tech kit here.
I should say,
The SSCC code is
reason
locked
why
on 5.
the works,
Find the other four.
the artworks
I'll do my best.
made in during that time was valuable, and that was the reason is the process of art making was much more valuable than the actual end product itself for a lot of works. If you know anything about the minimalism movement, art movement, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry, not minimalism, abstract expressionism. Okay. So if you know about
¿No crees que ya es suficiente?
what's his name again?
Suficiente cuando deje de hablar.
The guy that splashes paint on the canvas with sticks and the bucket and all that. Can't remember his name right now, but he was an American painter that was an abstract expressionist movement, or group, I should say.
Sí.
And he was a good example of
Tiene la lengua carbonizada. Y el
showing off the process of painting,
ya está al máximo.
and that being much more important,
¿Quieres que traiga
or
otra
much more valued, I should say, by the general public and art critics
Oye, espera un segundo. Está
than the actual painting itself.
Voy a vomitar. Creo que está muerto.
Because the painting itself literally is just
seguros.
showing off someone
Voy a dar un paseo.
throwing a bunch of paint, slapping it onto a canvas haphazardly, or seemingly haphazardly, and just calling it a day, right? But I digress. So how does this relate to AI art image generation? Well, pretty much the actual end product, right? The 2D, 3D images, animation, stuff like that, that people can make with these AI tools. It's going to make the whole end product
It doesn't sound too good
less
down there,
valuable,
Fisher.
right? Because literally you can just type whatever you want inside these
Smell it.
You're sure he's dead?
parameter,
Deader than Elvis.
and
All
just
right.
it'll just give you what you want.
We still
within a
need to
few
recover any
seconds
traces
to a
of
few
the
minutes.
interrogation. Grim, we'll call you back.
Sam, it's Grim.
So
We
why
need to
bother
make sure
looking
that
at
whatever Morgan
a
Holt
digital
might have told
artist,
them about Mass's algorithms never
3D
leaves this
modeler,
site.
etc.?
Okay.
I detected a wireless
why
link coming
bother
from the
looking at their work
technician who left
anyways?
the room before you entered.
So
Well,
I'll
it's
need to
not a
recover
matter.
any
It's not
data you might
about
have uploaded
the
to
work
their
itself,
server.
right?
Exactly.
People still
From the looks of it, these gorillas
like the
have a pretty
idea of
temporary setup. Seems unlikely
getting
they
better
have
at
any
a
kind of
skill.
alarm system on location.
So people like the idea of getting better at drawing, getting better at sculpting, learning how to code a game, etc., right? So I think from here on out, I think people, especially artists, but also just anyone doing something creatively, are going to focus more on streaming the process of making the end product. And people will be more interested in that.
That's 4 of the 5 crates, Sam. Keep your eyes peeled for the last one.
¿Cuántos hombres iban?
And I'm not saying this just because
¿Podrás mantener la guardia con 4
I think people should watch art streams or cooking streams or anything like that.
I think that
But I
confirms it,
think,
Fisher.
I'm predicting anyways, this is what, how the general public is going
We'll see
to.
if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him for now.
Oh,
We'll keep
I
you
missed the
posted.
timing on that.
Definition of insanity
I think this is how the general public is going to start valuing
is doing the
such
exact
things.
same fucking thing over and over again.
Because I've noticed too that this also applies to stuff like sports and
That
competitive gaming, right?
the first time somebody told me that,
Most people who watch sports or competitive gaming don't really,
It's coming from up ahead, but Lambert.
really.
I think Gorilla. I think Kalashnikov.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
Aren't competitively participating in said sport or game
Keep us posted.
themselves. but they like the spectacle of watching a bunch of
I think you're
people
right about
competing
the
against each
equipment,
other, right?
Yeah. They got themselves a little stockpile of high-tech kit here.
Now, of course, when it comes to, you know,
if you can find the
gambling on, or, you know, betting on who's going to win, who's going to lose, and all that, that's a separate matter entirely. But when it comes to, say, watching a particular streamer who plays a certain character very well in a competitive game, or watching a particular team in a ball game, because, you know, that viewer, I mean, that team is the viewers, from the viewer's hometown. There's going to be a, how should I say this? An interest in watching the development of someone's skill or performance, right? I mean, case in point with what I'm doing right now,
Insanity.
trying to prove that this challenge run can be done, and for the most part, I am.
Same fucking thing.
I might keep making some stupid mistakes, but otherwise, so
Shit to change. That
I know that eventually I'll be able to get a good
the first time somebody told me that,
attempt done and complete this mission,
gunfire down there, Fisher.
because I practiced enough, right?
Coming
I
from
figured
up
out how
ahead,
to do it.
Lambert. When I think gorilla, I think
he
Kalashnikov.
was right.
What do you mean?
I've had enough AKs fired at me in my time to tell you that wasn't one.
So
All right.
people
See if there's anything unusual going
who
on
watch
with
this
their
VOD
equipment.
or
Keep us
stream
posted.
either value the skill I'm developing
Yeah. They got themselves a little stockpile.
playing this
of
game the way I
high-tech
am right now,
The SSCC code is
or they're interested in doing a run, doing a challenge run like this,
kit. Best.
and they want to know how to do it, right? They're watching someone else do it and learning from them. So I don't think art works themselves, like drawings, 3D models, animations, etc., are going to be valued
¿Que ya es suficiente?
Será suficiente cuando deje de hablar.
as much as they have been in the past. I think
Ahora que no puede hablar.
the development of the artist's skill and knowledge is going to be a lot more valuable, and then of course them streaming or recording them showing off their practice or
Está
knowledge
fingiendo. Tiene la lengua
is what people are going to be looking at
Basta.
from now
Dale más
on,
corriente,
or
Saúl.
soon anyways.
Ya está al máximo.
That's all people are going to care about.
¿Quieres que traiga otra batería?
Qué gracioso.
Well, that's just my
¿Otra
prediction, of course.
batería? Oye, espera un segundo. Está...
Le sale
I think
como
history is just going to
las
repeat
orejas.
itself in this respect,
Creo que está muerto.
Solo hay una forma de estar
because
seguros.
I just don't, I'm trying to understand why you have some schools, not all, but some schools and even some school districts having parents supporting the fine arts education, right? And then you have, of course, the gallery system still around. And based off what I've seen on YouTube anyways, you still have some streamers or content creators making tutorials or drawing streams, 3D modeling streams, animation streams, etc. Working on some sort of art project. Like nothing's happening, right? Like nothing's going on.
It doesn't sound too good down there,
And
Fisher.
I'm
sound
gonna assume that they are fully aware of what's going on,
Sure he's dead.
Deader than Elvis.
but
All right.
nonetheless,
Leave the body.
there's still an
We still need
interest
to recover any traces of the interrogation.
by their fans,
Grim will
followers,
call you
etc.
back.
Sam, it's Grim. We need to make sure that whatever Morgenhold might have told
And the
them
YouTube
about
community
Mass's
or Twitch community in
algorithms
general
never leaves this site.
Okay.
I detected a wireless
To
link coming from the technician who left
have
the room
people still
before
do
you
that
entered.
kind of thing.
So I'll need to recover any data he might have uploaded to their servers.
Exactly.
From the looks of it, these gorillas
Not
have a
because
pretty
the end
temporary
product
setup.
itself is
Seems
valuable,
unlikely they have any kind of alarm system
but
on
because they want to
location.
see something come to fruition, or, you know, someone essentially applying their knowledge and skill into making something exist. But of course, I could be completely wrong. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, a more pessimistic view I have of this sort of thing is
That's 4 of the 5 crates, Sam.
with anybody being able to produce anything they want easily and quickly through these AI tools, there won't really be a reason to archive any of it. Okay, let me see if I can get this
I think
done.
that confirms it, Fisher.
Yeah, seems like Lacerda's long gone.
We'll see if we can track him through Echelon. Don't worry about him for now.
Okay, I did it.
We'll keep you posted.
See if I can do this quickly.
That server is the one that the tech transferred the interrogation record to. You'll need to access it. Good work, Sam. That wiped whatever information
Oh
Morgan might
yes.
have given
Okay.
them.
Let me
Wonder what happened to it?
It was easy enough to make
check
your
to
little
see if he's gonna
intrusion look
move.
like
He
a
is
memory
not.
allocation error.
Sometimes he will
Don't
just
worry,
turn around.
we'll give you the best tools.
Okay. Yes. I did it. All right. Let me just hope I don't mess the rest of this up.
Good work, Fisher. We can analyze the intelligence you gathered from those crates.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I got some adrenaline pumping in me.
A whole lot safer.
How come no one ever does
Yes,
things a
okay.
lot safer?
If you want me to
All right,
line up
cool.
some more
That's our
animals
first part of this mission done.
for you, I can do that.
On second thought, the danger's not so bad.
Okay, okay. Still have 3 more NPCs to go. Get past. This is pretty much the end of the mission now. I'm at the lighthouse, but I still have to make sure that this guy on the outside of the lighthouse and the guy on the 2 guys on the inside don't see me. Man. And I have to be patient with this. This is just another section of this mission where I just have to wait. But at this point, though, that's pretty much the easy part. By the way, lightning won't cause the NPCs to see me. I already explained this in the first stream of this run, but basically the lightning won't affect the visibility of Sam Fisher's 3D model. So all I have to do is just wait. Alright, now's my chance. Oh. I just have to follow behind him and then race him to go around to the other side of this lighthouse and go inside of it. Just have to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay, there we have it. Just wait till this guy gets done talking on the radio.
Cargamento recibido, María Narcisa. Todo en orden. Afirmativo, María.
Maria Narcissa.
You're not trying to set me up on another blind date, I hope.
The Maria Narcissa is a boat.
So was the last girl you set me up with.
Fisher.
Sorry.
The Maria Narcissa is a cargo ship owned and operated by Celestina Inc., Portuguese shipping company. Registered in the Philippines, cross-Pacific freight contracts. Lots of details missing.
Sounds suspicious.
Sounds like I'm setting you up for another date after all.
Can't wait to meet her.
Fisher, your primary
Okay,
objective
so for this last part, I have to
is
knock this
whenever you're ready.
guard up here out in order to complete the mission. So he's the only exception to the rules. All I have to do is just wait for him to have his back turned towards me after he moves from this spot here. And I can end the mission. And I'm only using a sticky shocker just so I can finish this last part quickly. Because you can easily just turn the lighthouse off or follow him around on the balcony and knock him out. Just wait a little bit longer. Okay, once he stops moving, he's gonna have his back turned toward me. Yep. Knock him out. Turn his light off. And then end the mission. And there we have it. And that is how you complete the first mission of Chaos Theory with all the rules I have outlined. Is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it's definitely possible, and I have video footage of it. So yeah, pretty much that's the only NPC that was there. Surprisingly, I did this a lot faster than my last attempt. But as you can see, all zeros and 100% success rating. So there's that. Now, for cargo ship is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. So there are 2 NPCs already that have to be knocked out because of the rooms that they're in, preventing the player from just sneaking around them. Right. Okay, well that's not completely true. One of the NPCs has to be knocked out. No, that's not even true. Okay, let me just show what I'm talking about. Actually, I've already showed this off.
Information you recovered in... Fisher, we just pulled up Celestinia's last dry
Quick
dock report
save,
for the
since I'm
Marine
on another
system.
mission.
They have a newly installed central alarm system.
Don't tell me. 3 alarms and the mission is
But yeah,
over.
let me show off what I was
Of course
talking
not.
about.
This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Now, if you're trying to do this in the most stealthy way possible, there is no way you can get to this room over here before this guy spawns. So, okay, based on what I've seen other players do, and you can check this out on YouTube if you want for yourself. There is a way to sneak past this guy that's just sleeping on this chair inside this room. But you have to use the OCP or a sticky camera in order to do so. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and skip the middleman and just knock him out. Because unfortunately, you have to interact with him in some way. You can't just sneak past him. And I'll show the reason why. This door right here, the sliding door, it makes noise when you open it, and since he's just sleeping right in front of it, he always gets woken up whenever you open the door. Whoops.
Don't tell me. 3 alarms and the mission is over.
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Same fucking thing, over and over again.
Now, there are ways to get him outside of the room
That is crazy.
based on what I've seen.
Somebody told me that. I don't know if I think
I'll show it off. One of the methods.
the thing is, he was right.
So you can get into this corner on the other side of him. Oh, Not like that.
Don't tell me. 3 alarms and the mission is over?
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Same fucking thing, over and over again. Expecting shit to change. That is crazy. The first time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were pushing me, so boom, I shot them. The thing is,
And you gotta do this very carefully. There we go. Get into this corner. And then you can interact with this light. Okay, I'm not doing it right, but basically you can mess with either this light in the room or use a sticky camera and get him to look in the opposite direction that Sam is in that corner. Have his back turned towards him, right? And then move up the stairwell and out of the room. That's if you don't want to knock him out. But the reason why I do want to knock him out is because that just takes too long, right? If I'm having to restart this mission over and over and over again, it's just going to take more and more time just to wait for him to leave the room. And I can either use a sticky camera to do it, or as I said, OCP the light. It doesn't matter. It's pretty much just going to be a time waster, in my opinion, just because regardless of what I do, I have to interact with them, and that's already breaking the rules. So if he's going to be an exception to the rules, I might as well just do whatever I want to him. In this case, just quickly knock him out.
Don't tell me. 3 alarms and
So he's going to be one of the exceptions in this mission.
No video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
same fucking thing, over and over again. Expecting
Now on lower difficulties, I think on normal difficulty, he doesn't even spawn in that room, right?
first time somebody told me that,
So you don't have to worry about dealing with him. But because I'm playing on expert difficulty, he's always going to spawn there every single time. There's nothing I can do about it.
he was right.
Oops, wrong gadget. Actually, so another method that I've seen someone else use is using a sticky camera, placing it here, making noise with the sticky camera, and then he just looks in that direction, which is fine, but you still have to be in this corner over here so that the guy doesn't see you. And then even then, though, he sometimes goes up the stairwell, sometimes he just turns around and goes back to the chair to sleep on it. So as I said, I'm just going to cut the middleman out and just go ahead and knock him out.
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Same fucking thing, over and over again. Expecting shit to change.
And as I said, he's not the only NPC that you have to make an exception for.
I don't know, I thought they were pushing me.
I'll show the other one
I shot him.
soon.
The thing is, he was right.
You have to do this quickly too, because that guy up the stairwell will
Fisher, it looks like Lacerda is
See
spreading
Sam
around his newfound wealth,
down the stairs.
paying off debts with some of the arms that were delivered to him.
You want me to scan any more weapons crates?
Better idea. Plant tracking devices on them, and we can see who they end up getting delivered to.
Okay.
Good job, Sam. That's the first crate. Keep your eyes peeled for any more.
All right.
Fisher, we just intercepted a radio call from the Maria Narcissa. She's reporting a hull leak and asking for an escort.
The ship is sinking.
No, but apparently several...
So here's the
compartments
second
flooded.
exception to the
We'll need to
rules,
activate
or the
the
second
bilge in the
NPC that I have to make an
forward
exception
machine room
for.
to access all the cargo holds.
So this guy inside this room, notice how narrow it is. And you might be wondering, is there a way to sneak past him without knocking him out? There is, but unfortunately, the only way to do so is to use the OCP on that light over there. I'll show you what happens if you try to sneak past him with the light still on. In order to sneak past him, you have to get on top of this saw table, jump off get off the saw table in that corner there, and then go up into that duct there, air duct. If you try to move in between the corner of the saw table and his body, this is what happens. There's not enough space to do that. If you just touch him like this, he's not going to actually become alert. So I tried to sneak past him like this without messing with the light. But the problem is that since he's facing in this direction, he's always going to see Sam in this corner here. And you have to get into this corner in order to get into this duct. Is there a way, is there a way to progress through the mission without going into this room? Unfortunately not, there isn't. You have to go through this room in order to continue the mission. This room right here is flooded. You have to get past this room this NPC is in order to turn the pumps on in order to so that this room stops being flooded. So unfortunately, there's just no way to sneak past him. There's no other room, there's no other route, no nothing. Now, I'll make an exception with this NPC as well. I don't want to knock him out because there's no reason to, when I can just use the OCP on this light and then sneak my way past him by going on top, going over the saw table and getting inside the duct. So I'm going to demonstrate it. And yeah, he does pretty much notice it. He'll just continue on like nothing's happening.
There should be a large pump in here that you can use to drain the forward cargo hold.
I'll find it.
Now, here is as far as I've gone in this cargo mission since last time I've completed this challenge run. I'm still trying to figure out how to get through this area without messing with this light here. But I don't think there is any way to sneak past these two guys without using OCP on this light. But I'm trying to prove myself wrong. And you have to disable it twice, because this guy right here on the bottom will not move off those controls there until the second time the light gets disabled. So he'll move, around the pump, and if you're trying to sneak your way towards the controls while he's crouching down there on the side, he's just going to see Sam. And if he somehow does not, this guy in the top will. And unfortunately, he will not get off the controls at all after he does that little squat animation. You just stay on those controls forever. So by that point, you have no choice but to mess with the light, if you don't want to knock out these two. So I'm gonna sneak towards the controls.
Good job. That'll drain the flooded compartment.
Somehow he did not
Now
notice
you
me,
can search for
but
the bill of
whatever.
lading attached to Lacerda shipments.
And you can get into this corner here. If you get into this very far corner here, neither of those two will see Sam's 3D model. See if I can do this quickly. And close the door. And there we have it. So I might make a third exception for those guys as well with the OCP. But I'm gonna do it in a way where it still takes skill and timing.
I'm betting that
Get past them.
Lacerda's shipping container is somewhere in this compartment. The bill of lading should be mounted on the side.
I'll have a look around.
With the guy in the chair, yeah, it takes some skill and
Good work,
timing
Sam.
to
It looks like whoever delivered these arms to
sneak
Lacerda
past
was
him
operating
without knocking him out, but
Mercantile
you still have to
Coast
wake him
Aguirre
up,
secretly back
essentially.
in Panama.
Offshore bankers?
Yeah, the cigar chomping kind.
And then even then,
I love bureaucrats.
We still need to recover the transit ledger so we
if
can
you
figure out who
leave
else
that
Lacerda is
room,
dealing with. Try the ship's office. They should have that information.
and if you come back or have a sticky camera in that room and check on him,
¿Le has echado un
he'll still
vistazo
be
al barco?
in that suspicious state
Dime que hay botes salvavidas.
of alertness. So
Puente y en los costales.
he never basically calms down after you leave the room.
¿Crees que hay suficientes para todos?
Sí, pero no me fiaría demasiado de ellas.
Sensors in your suit are detecting a lot
Now
of
for this
things down
room, I'm
there.
still trying to figure
Yeah.
out.
I can smell it. Some kind of gas leak.
Could be enough to be a serious explosive hazard. We can't have any firing in the engine room.
Wonderful.
And don't expect the enemy to be smart enough to realize that. They might still open fire on you if they see you.
I get the message. I'll be discreet.
So as you can see, there's a single light. Anyways,
Don't tell me.
there's a single light inside that room that lights up the whole bottom floor.
Is doing the exact
The problem is, of course, is that you have to sneak by the guys
over again.
without them detecting Sam. Otherwise, they'll just shoot and blow up the entire ship.
Crazy.
Works the same way as well with the player. If the player shoots any kinds of gadgets, throws a flashbang or a frag grenade, anything like that,
He was right.
the engine room will still blow up. Now I'm still trying to figure out how to sneak past that room without using the OCP on that single light on the bottom floor, but so far nothing seems to be working. But I haven't done enough runs or attempts to figure it out.
3 alarms and the mission is over.
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Let me see if I can sneak past that first guy. With just a sticky camera.
Dímelo a mí, menudo huevón. Deberíamos matarlo y arrojarlo por la borda. Estoy de acuerdo, pero esos tíos que lo protegen... tienen razón.
Vaya. Lo pagará caro.
No, he still sees me.
That's their alarm system, Fisher. I'm warning you.
Did I ever tell you?
Don't tell me.
Well, I know for a fact that I'm not doing it right,
Of course not.
but nonetheless, so you
No
see
video
why I don't
game,
want to do
Fisher.
it.
But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Same fucking thing over and over again. Expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
And this mission's pretty long too,
First time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were bullshitting me. So
because it's going to be a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than Lighthouse, of course.
he was right.
But yeah, let me show you what happens if I just try to open a door while he's just sleeping there. Makes noise, he wakes up, he sees me, starts shooting. So that's never going to
Don't
work.
tell me. 3 alarms and the mission is over.
Of course not. This is no video game, Fisher. But you don't want the whole place alerted to your presence. Keep it under control.
Same fucking thing over and over again. Expecting shit to change. That is crazy. The first time somebody told me that, I don't know if they would push me, so boom, I shot him. The thing is, he was right.
Now you can't open that sliding door and just throw them inside that room, but the problem is with that, since it's a decent height, right? If he lands on his head,
It looks like Lacerda is spreading
he'll die
around
from the
his newfound
impact.
wealth, paying off debts with some of the arms that were delivered to him.
So it's a gamble on whether or not he'll live.
Better idea.
So I just put him inside that corner
We can
instead.
see who they end up getting delivered to.
Okay.
Good job, Sam. That's the first crate. Keep your eyes peeled for any more.
All right.
Come on, man.
Fisher, we just intercepted a radio call from the Maria Narcissa. She's reporting a hull leak and asking for an escort.
The ship is sinking.
No, but apparently several compartments are flooded. You'll need to activate the bilge in the forward machine room to access all the cargo holds.
Sorry, I was adjusting my camera. Sorry, not camera. Mic.
¿Qué ocurre ahí?
There should be a large pump in here that you can use to drain the forward cargo hold.
I'll find it.
So there's only about 2.5 more minutes left of this stream. I might just spend it just experimenting this room, trying to figure out exactly what I can do to get past these two guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save. Let's see. I'll show it off. Watch, he's gonna move away from the controls, go around anyways, and I'm gonna try to sneak up towards it, but either he or the guy on the top is gonna see me.
Qué fácil es decirlo. ¿Había alguien moviéndose por ahí? ¿Quién? Yo qué sé.
Good job. That'll drain the...
See? The guy on the top saw me.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity
Now I'll wait for
is
him to move completely around,
saying
but it's not gonna make any difference.
over and over again.
No sé cómo funciona este maldito cacharro.
That is
How does he see me though? You see the visibility meter? Oh no, never mind. My
insanity.
image is in the way.
Insanity is doing the exact
Let me move a little bit further in this corner.
fucking thing over and over
Okay, never mind.
Did I ever tell you what the definition
Algo
of
pasa
insanity
aquí, seguro.
is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again.
¿Había alguien moviéndose por ahí? ¿Quién?
No, he's still gonna see me.
The definition of insanity
I haven't figured out the purpose of this space here.
is
You would think that you could just squeeze your way somehow
same fucking thing
through it, but no, it's not there to be there. I mean, it's not there for any reason.
That is crazy. First time somebody told me that,
Let's see what happens if I just wait up here.
the thing is,
Qué fácil es decirlo.
he was right.
So this guy up top is still looking down. Still looking, still looking.
¿Había alguien moviéndose?
Yeah, there's just no again there.
¿Qué sé?
without them seeing me.
The definition of insanity
See what happens if I just sneak past them.
is doing the exact same
Nope, the guy on the bottom sees me. Okay. There is a pipe up here you can use to sneak past, sneak your way to the other side of this catwalk, but I don't see any point doing so. Let's just try it anyways.
That is crazy.
Capitán Diego dice que te des prisa con los tiros. Si me equivoco, nos diremos antes. Pues no te equivoques.
The thing is,
Qué fácil es decirlo.
he was right.
So you can sneak your way all the way to the other side, but it doesn't really do anything. Oops. Come on, jump over. Come on. There we go. Yeah, see, it just doesn't accomplish anything. I mean, I could go down the stairwell, but the light still shines on Sam's model over here. You basically have to get into this little corner here for neither of them to see the player, but even then, though, they're still going to see him eventually.
Did I ever tell you that the definition of insanity is
¿Vas a arrancar esa bomba o qué?
is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again. Expecting shit to
Yeah, no.
that is crazy.
Anyways, I'll figure this out off stream.
I don't know if it's
Well, I'm glad to have demonstrated that it is possible to do the challenge run through the first mission.
he was right.
It's pretty much possible to do this challenge run through all the missions except Bathhouse, but I don't know if making the OCP unusable is a good rule to have, because there's too many instances later on in the game, in future and later missions like Soul, where the OCP is almost mandatory to use. But I'll get into that later. I might just remove that rule entirely. But just too many instances in the game where you have to use the OCP just to get past certain NPCs or obstacles. I'll make a decision either tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream. And yes, thankfully I did finally finish that outro drawing. Did it on my test stream on YouTube. So with that. But let's see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, I think that's about everything I wanted to say. At least for now, anyways. There might be something that comes up later. If so, I'll just tweet about it. It's not a big deal. But that's gonna be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.